if you were watching us last week, you might remember that Carol, right at the start of the week, made a very, very clever prediction that yesterday, Sunday, was going to be windy. And Carol, oh my goodness, you were right.
Oh, bless you, Sal. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Yes, some parts of the country had gusts of wind 70 to 80 miles an hour yesterday. Some even just a little bit more than that, courtesy of Storm Ashley. Now, Storm Ashley is continuing to pull away. She's across northeast Scotland at the moment. Still strong winds across northern and eastern Scotland and also northeast England. But through the day, it will become a little bit less windy than it has been. And there'll be a few showers knocking around as well. Yesterday, Storm Ashley really packed a punch. Wind gusts in Aberdaron, West Wales, 82 miles an hour. Excuse me, in Culloden, in Northern Ireland, 81 miles an hour, and Tyree, 78 miles an hour. Now, Storm Ashley is continuing to pull away from Scotland. At the moment, these are the wind gusts we're looking at. Still gusty, just not as strong.
Dynamic, I think.
Dynamic, yeah. Dynamic weather. Morning.
Good morning, both. Good morning to you too. Well, for the next few days, we're going to see a bit of a change in the weather. We still have gusty winds across the north and northeast of the country, courtesy of Storm Ashley.
Hi Anna, yes, a bit of a mix in weather picture out there today. We have got quite a lot of clouds sitting around the southeast, so this picture comes from one of our weather watchers in Seaford and East Sussex, and that cloud has been producing pretty slow-moving outbreaks of rain. But a different story further north and west across the UK where we've got more sunshine around. So this is the blue sky above Denbighshire here, but you can see these shower clouds and they have been building and they have been producing some pretty hefty showers over the past few hours.
Hello there, good evening. It's certainly been a grey day today, hopefully more in the way of sunny spells tomorrow. We're saying goodbye to that front that was associated with Storm Ashley.
Very good evening to you. I think overall the weather for most of this week is looking pretty quiet. It's going to be relatively mild too with southerly winds, but overnight we are going to see mist and fog forming and it could be quite dense, especially middle part of the week.
Let's see if the positivity extends to the weather forecast. Corsa joins us. Of course, you're always uplifting, but what about the weather?
Oh, well, some positive weather ahead. So that's the good news. Yes, it has extended to the weather. Thank you, Riz. Good evening. But today there was some rain out there across the southeast. And for the rest of us, quite a cloudy picture out there. This scene captured by one of our weather watchers of the Chelsea embankment. You can see the Battersea power station behind. So quite a cloudy day. And some of us did see some outbreaks of rain.
Hello. Monday has brought quite a lot of cloud from much of the UK. We've had a bit more sunshine in the northwest and a few showers, but certainly across much of England and Wales, scenes like this one in Warwickshire. And coming out of that cloud, there's been some heavy rain in the southeast, which is starting to clear away now.
And I'm here in Bristol under settled skies post-Storm Ashley. But what's in store for the rest of this week?
Alex is in Bristol and looks like it's going to be a calmer few days ahead after a pretty windy weekend for many of us, isn't it?
Absolutely, Mary. Good evening to you. Yes, much calmer over the next couple of days at least, but towards the end of this week it does look like the weather will be going back downhill. But just a slight heads up, I've looked a little bit further into the future and many of us on half term next week, high pressure is set to build in, so it's looking a lot more settled, so something to look forward to. But before we move on, let's take a quick look back at yesterday. We had our first named storm of the storm season. Storm Ashley came through thankfully on Sunday. I say thankfully because had it arrived today it would have caused much more disruption. There was still some disruption yesterday. It was combined with high spring tides, so that led to some coastal flooding in places, those waves lapping onto some of those coastal roads, also travel disruption in places particularly the north, and some pretty strong gusts of wind as well. Let's take a look at our top gusts that we had in the last 24 hours. Aberdaron in Wales getting up to 82 miles per hour, some other strong gusts developing across other parts of the country, and we also saw a fair amount of rainfall. I mean, we're in Bristol this evening. Yesterday, it was absolutely chucking down, but the heaviest of the rainfall was certainly across parts of Cumbria, and that's where they had nearly a third of their monthly average rainfall. As I say, things looking up as we head through the next couple of days, but towards the end of next week, well, they're expected to go back downhill. Well, certainly much quieter conditions in the wake of Storm Ashley. As we head through the next couple of days, there will be some autumnal spells of sunshine. Watch out for a few showers here and there. But as I say, towards the end of the week, we'll start to see things going downhill Thursday into Friday. And there could well be more warnings issued, but we'll have to keep a watchful eye on that to see how it all develops over the next couple of days. Well, Mary, just quickly, now that Storm Ashley has passed, the skies are a fair bit clearer. So tonight, don't forget to look up because the Orionid meteor shower is peaking tonight, and you never know, you might just catch one.
Fingers crossed. Alex, thanks for that.